Hi, welcome. And happy Dia's birthday, everyone. It's Dia's trailer music. I'm still fascinated and confused as to why they gave her Doom music, but I'm not going to question it. I'm just confused. I'm not going to question it, but I'm confused. I guess. Happy barking day. Hello, hi. How's it going, everyone? I am pounding water and everything right now. How are you doing? Hello, Jobster, Monday, and Rainbows, Halcyon, Soth, Cash, Fabricio, Lone Wolf, Stream PhD, Nightwalker, Jack. Hello? What is up, everyone? What is up? The animation with Dia and Yelan? Oh, the car one. Yeah, fan made, yeah. For a second, I thought they were talking about like an official one, and I was like, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for them to interact together, would it? But no, I did see that one actually. It came across my that had come across my YouTube long before I got to Sumeru. And I was like, I don't know who this. I knew Yelan at that point, but I was like, I don't know who this other character is. I'll put that aside for now. I did see the Quicken Crash Course. Thank you, Cash. Preesh. Preesh. I'm just gonna set her music to loop real quick. The L that was a W. Let me put that over there. Make sure VTS is doing that. Cool. All right, that should be good. Put that on top of there. Oh, yes. I might fix the text because the text is nigh invisible, but we have a crab emote now. I'll probably tweak it because you can't really tell that it's a crab, and the bonjour is nigh invisible on screen. Not the crab, but we do have a crab emote, and I will probably refine it later on. But it would look great beside the normal crab emoji. So, anyways, so the nut, the acorn nut is gone for right now. I wish that I could upload more than 5 standard custom emotes. Standard custom emotes, because the other ones are sub only emotes. Now that's kind of lame. I would love if like if non-subs could have like, if you could all have like 20 emotes at your disposal. I think that'd be dope. Anyways, let's hop in. In preparation for this, Dia's gonna be borrowing some artifacts from people. Cause I want to use her for the duration of this quest. So, let's see, she is borrowing. Oh, I forgot to turn the music back on. And everything else back on as well. She is borrowing A's flower, Yelan's feather, and Yelan's sands temporarily. Just so that I can experience a little bit of Dia power, even just a tiny bit. And have her not hit like a 4-star, even just for one stream. So she's at 65 by 154, and actually that's it. And her talents are only 777. But I've got a level 90 Serpent Spine on her. She herself is level 76. And then the last 2 that she has are her own artifacts. These are her Goblet and her Circlet. Those are ones that are normally on her. She's just borrowing these 3 from A and Yelan while they take a break for a bit while we try to make our 5-star hit we try to make our level 76 5-star hit like a level 45 star. As long as you acknowledge that when you go into it, she's a lot of fun. As long as you acknowledge that a max level Dehya is going to hit like a level 30 Arle. I still had, I hadn't been back to Samara City in a while because I, for some reason, still, still had it in my head that the next Archon quest started at Catherine, but we'd done that, we'd already done that before.
Add Astra.
Okay. Everything was claimed. Yeah, she also has the highest base HP, which kind of makes her lack of damage even more egregious because that's what her burst scales on. So if her HP is so high, why doesn't she hit as hard as it seems like she should? 32,000 HP. Also, I brought Zhongli up a little bit as well, and in the Arle team, because the Arle team has Yelan and Mona in it, this dude's sitting at 52,000 HP. So that's pretty fun. C1 increases, she hits harder with her C1. C1 increases HP scaling portion of her skill and burst by quite a bit, and it gives her another 20 HP. Oh, that might be a good anniversary standard to invite then. Because frankly, the only standards I'm missing now are Chi-Chi and Diluc, right? Or a good 50-50 loss, yeah. However, now with Shenyan, now have we lost 3 50-50s in a row? Yeah. We lost Risley, Farina, and Shenyan all in a row. I'm just happy that, like, it sucks not being able to get a Shenyan, but I'm really happy that now I can go into Shilonen's banner knowing that we're locked in with her. Thanks. I might replace, although burning isn't going to be very great with Dehya.
There's still so many places for us to explore.
Oh my gosh, it's sorted by height. Burning isn't going to be very great with Dehya, but I kind of want Nahida along for to read minds. Dehya! Shade upon red silk. Oh, we start in the city as well.
Everyone hold hands.
The lady's adventure plans are probably on hold for good.
I'm just gonna shop around for one more day.
Parties Dehya. Small note, but I was playing my level 40 Yao Yao in my wife's account in my wife's world, and she borrowed Nahida's artifacts, and Yao Yao actually plays kind of fun. I hadn't used her in a really long time because she's still stuck down at level 40. And I need to give her some stacked artifacts for her to compete in world level 5, which is where our wifey's at right now. And it's AR45. She's ready for AR45. Like she's only like a couple hundred XP away, I think, from AR45. She's gonna get to it really soon. AR45 is the one where it automatically ascends you to world level 6, right? Or she's at world level 5 right now, and AR6 is the one. AR45 is. She's at world level 5. World level 6 is the one that auto ascends, correct? And then 7, you have to go back to the domain. Oh, is it 50? Oh, I thought it was 40. I thought it was 25, 35, 45. Now 50, now 50. Now. But either way, in order to form a more perfect union established, in order for Yao Yao to be competitive in that, she's 40 prepped for 50. Like, she's phase 2, but she's still only level 40. And I did not give her a level 40 Dragon's Bane either. But even with the Star Glitter and Nahita's artifact, she still wasn't doing all that great. She still was getting hit very hard. She's at 6,000 HP, like base HP. And Nahita's artifacts were only adding up to, like, she was still at like 9,000 or something, some odd HP. But she plays really fun. And running Uruguay with my Kaching was really fun. Kaching borrowed Shogun's artifacts, and Yao Yao borrowed Nahita's artifacts. And I actually gave Kaching Xingqiu's sacrificial sword as well. She borrowed that. And bro, a sacrificial sword on top of Kaching's cooldown, and her burst costs 40 energy. Like, her burst and her skill with that kit, with that build, might as well just be all of them be normal attacks. Sacrificial short. I don't know why I said that. But being able to blast out her skill twice, and then it's already on like a 6-second cooldown, and then you can just pop out her burst immediately. She always had that burst ready. I feel like Kaching kind of scales a little bit because it barely does damage. I feel like Kaching kind of suffers from a similar thing as Dehya, where I feel like her kit implies that she's going to be on field. I don't really think she has the damage to back it up in comparison to the later characters. At release, I'm sure she was fine. Burst? Breath spam. What are you guys talking about? You guys make sure that she's got her fragments still. And he's got the 80 Favonia, because there's 2 Favonias that I have. Iron Sting. The Iron Sting also trades hands between who are you? Kazuha and who are you? Shinobu? Oh my gosh, bro. Okay. I'm okay. The Iron Sting trades hands between Kazuha and Shinobu a lot as well, because it works really well on both of them. Oh, that's a nasty word in Tagalog. Okay. You heard nothing. All right, I won't ask any further questions. All right, I think that's pretty good. I've been yapping for 18 minutes. Let's just get this show on the road. Where are we going? It'll probably be entering a domain, but I will swap her out for the trial Dehya, because we'll probably get a trial Dehya for because that's usually what happens for story quests.
I was trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
Primo Gems.
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell.
Truly mouth-watering.
Grandma would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some.
That wasn't on our list, was it?
We can still add it to the list.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
I'm okay.
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
I'm not gonna bark today.
Hello there. Oh, it's been quite a while.
Dunyarzad.
Huh. So you two are still hanging out together. Dehya, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
When in relation to Archon quests and other like not transitory quests, what the hell is the interlude quests and everything? 3.5. Okay, so recently after they ended the Archon adventure.
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends. The Holmayanis
Wink.
also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dehya to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago. My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dehya wasn't around.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dehya. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
Father?
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
Why'd the music suddenly cut off?
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes! I can't believe you can still refuse that!
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I kind of thought that's where they were going immediately after the Archon quest. I thought that they were immediately leaving for when Dunyarzad's Elazar was healed. I kind of thought that the implication was they were immediately headed back to the desert.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
She's like, my biggest sin, but this virtual anthropomorphic squirrel online finally pulled me and realized that my kid isn't what it...
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you.
Yeah, she also tried stealing my Farina.
I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
Why does it seem like Dunyarzad's a lot older than Dehya? Even though it's like, even though it's established that Dia's been working for her family for a long time.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya? All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion.
Maybe not a lot older,
Okay,
but...
let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention.
Paimon.
As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's Relics. I wasn't going to point this out in the previous line, but I read this as Blazing Besties for some reason. Deshret's Relics. We still haven't learned in my playthrough learned a ton, like about. We still learned a ton about Deshret's followers and everything.
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
King Deshret. Maybe it's not that we haven't learned it. It's that I feel like I want to. It feels like I want to learn more about it. I want to know more about the lore and stuff.
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dehya al-Akmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something.
Beard.
Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dehya al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them.
Well then.
Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
She did just say it's a dog-eat-dog world.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dehya al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
I'm sorry, Dehya. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person.
Oh, interesting.
He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale. They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play.
Okay.
Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
It doesn't sound like you had all bad intentions.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish. But that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
Either that, or they were so brazen that they just didn't care whether you knew or not.
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
You just want to find out why they suddenly started causing so much more trouble.
Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
They're cute.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
I'll go back to the desert with Dehya. I will volunteer. It's like when you guys were watching me play through the very end of the Leah Archon quest, and Child was like, "I'm not sharing a boat with Signora," and you guys were like, "Me, pick me. I'll share a boat with her."
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, he's super tough, so if he went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
Yes, and that's the only reason why I'd like to accompany you.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took him along to help.
You can count on me.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
Caravan Ribbit. Ribbit.
Lion's blood.
Oh, I forgot. I already forgot that I was playing as Dehya. I was really Ah!
I sure hope they'll be okay. Please be careful. I'll stay in the city and wait for news from you. Just don't do anything reckless, all right?
I see everything.
Oh, I was hoping I could read the dog, and the dog would be like, woof.
I want to watch Nilu dance.
Also, I was laughing during that because there was that like very emotionally charged conversation, and then Dehya walks to the left, revealing this child manning this stall. Look.
Less fun than making money.
What are you selling, kid? There's nothing wrong with loving money as long as you don't hurt anyone in the process of acquiring it. This much I understand. So, my customers don't need to worry about a thing when shopping here.
And you are? And who might this be?
I'm not just one of the best woolly blanket sellers, I'm the best blanket seller, period. And not only do I sell blankets, I am, surely as I live, also at the top in sales for toys, jewelry, and kitchenwares. Oh, but perhaps not books. Not books? Yeah, books are... Holy shit!
Hi. I want to say hi quiet and
Oh, my wife says hi. Ninja wife. Grab jump scare. Anyways. Did you two hear that? Okay. Good. She's very caring. She knows you guys were going through some stuff, and she wanted to make sure you guys were doing okay. Not like I ever use those, like those things anyway, so nope, those waters are not for me. I'll just stick to the basics. Besides, making Mora is easy. Even with half my talent, you should still be able to make as much as the Homayanis. If the academia could have made an argument to get me to enroll if the academia could have made an argument to get me to enroll that was half as convincing as my sales pitch back then, I wouldn't have turned them down on the spot. No thoughts. Nothing in that brain.
Why is the academia buying so many rugs?
That's what. Oh, caravan rebat. We're going clear. We're going clear down there. Let's just teleport to it. Child's more fake than Catherine.
Hey, Dehya, you're back. Are these two friends of yours?
I trust Dehya with my life. Let's not get too far to it ahead of ourselves. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew. Anyway, since we've got newcomers, let me fill you in on what Dakan al-Ahmar has been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets. They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. But it sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
That's terrible!
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora. A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange. Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as Dakan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
They were able to cause so much damage that somehow they were able to cause so much damage that somehow makes things even more confusing.
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew after all.
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experience.
It's like a first person because they're not cutting to whoever is speaking and they're all looking at the camera.
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Dakan al-Ahmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Rebat. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from him.
I'll skin you alive.
Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever he goes, Paimon will follow.
Don't be mean to my supper.
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dehya.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the Traveler here. Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
To travel. How many gods have you battled? And more importantly, how many gods have you dated?
Oh, one other thing, Dehya. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys.
Well, don't be rough and unkempt.
The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
All right, Hoyo.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows.
Damn, that's crazy. Definitely never happened to me.
The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna tell me?
What would be the point in telling you?
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Are they always like this?
What do you expect, girl merch? What do you expect them to tell you?
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds.
Lore accurate ether height right here.
If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously.
What the fuck?
Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it. That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis.
You better control these Looney Tunes behind you, Dehya, because...
Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holof? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dehya al-Akhmar's looted goods.
Why does his voice sound really familiar? It's like a combination of Frem and Kazuha.
All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Dehya.
These horn dogs gotta calm the fuck down. You gotta tell me everything. What kind of armor was she wearing? What color hair did she have? Tell me everything. You were gonna tell me anything? You were gonna tell me that there were females within a 100-yard radius of me at one point?
Come on. You can only trash us like this because you weren't there.
How could I have missed a moment like that?
Oh my gosh. This guy caught a stray. Alright. I like how even the game was like, yeah, Dehya's kind of useless, but at least she's hot. Where are we going? Oh my gosh, we're going all the way over here.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time. It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
No need to worry. He knows his way around a fight.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of him. Ah, here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a
Always.
chance to react and end this quickly.
Oh my gosh, this is when I get my trial Dehya. Let's see what does she have? They give her 59 by 154, a 46 pyro, a 46% pyro damage, and 47,000 HP as well. And they give her 8811. Oh, and her signature. What is her signature? It's a crit rate one. After this character's element skill hits an opponent, their attack will be increased by 20% for 8 seconds. After their character takes damage, the attack will be increased. So it's literally catered to her HP mechanic.
That's close enough.
Look alive! One with nature. Let's light it up!
Hey! The Temple of Wisdom! I see everything!
Freaking Kazuha killed all of them immediately.
You're the Flame Bane.
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dakana Lakmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or eyes? You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
It's alright, Paimon. I'd like to see this. Bloodthirsty ethers, like, do it. Do it.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the trouble.
Never mind. Paimon, wait, this is a kid's game. He just shit his pants. That's what I was thinking. What the? Did he just stab himself?
He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid supplies.
That's what that was? I thought he just seppuku'd.
I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
But why would he be so extreme?
With Dehya's emergency treatment, the bleeding to Satar's mouth is brought under control.
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking. There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
Everyone hold hands.
What do you think he's thinking about? What's he thinking about? Also, yeah, I didn't check Dehya's artifacts during that. There's some weapons in the boxes, as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. It seems like Dakana Ahmar is really up to no good. There are a lot of daily necessities like food and water in the boxes. It doesn't seem like there's anything noteworthy.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions. Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well. This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person. That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dakana Lakmar. Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
Because it's priceless.
No value?
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered.
Maybe the more amounts just happen to cancel each other out? Yes, that's what it is, Ether.
Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all? Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shahzaman Homayani?
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it just be another family with the same last name?
Be wishful thinking?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shahzaman Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family. Just what the heck is going on here?
Let's analyze the situation first.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakana Lakmar.
Which clearly the logical deduction is that Dunyarzad is the secret harbinger.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakana Akmar?
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shahzaman as their person of contact? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Ribat or Port Ormos.
If Shahzaman was actually aware of this, then perhaps he's been supplying the brigade's operation this entire time.
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homayanis are in need of money.
And, as well, Dehya, Dunyarzad replaced Sinyor. Dunyarzad took the place that the Homayanis. And additionally, if that's true as well, then that means that he's been paying you with blood money, Dehya, all these years.
I honestly have no idea. I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past, but that's still just a speculation. I don't think the master would stoop so low to make Mora.
I don't think Dunyarzad knows anything about this either. Yeah, definitely not.
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
But what should we do now? All we found is just another mystery.
If we want to get to the bottom of this, we won't be able to turn back.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this. I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homayanis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also followed the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakan al-Akmar.
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
I've considered that possibility, but even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust. She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
Hope will be of help to her.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
The information on it mostly relates to Dakan al-Akmar. Apart from the large amount of data information on the movement of loot, the fact that Dunyarzad's father was named is quite concerning indeed. And truly mouth-watering as well. The heck was that? What the heck was that down here? Oh, it's just a rose. No big deal. NBD, just a rose. Let's go here. Make sure you're drinking water, everyone. What are you guys talking about?
Can there still possibly be a good ending to all of this? They are father and daughter, after all.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then. Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Actually, we are still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all.
Not really, no.
Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back! So tell me, what happened?
Well?
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father? Okay, I understand. But don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can.
Dehya manages to explain the results.
My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
Feels unlikely, though.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while. In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost. However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of mora, so I just signed on.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You think none of this was a coincidence.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense. If my father had always been in contact with Khan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
That's what the things are looking at. What's what things are looking like at this point.
Sorry we put all of this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homayani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Dehya.
It's all right, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was the thing about friendship again?
It's magic. True friendship is built on trust.
Right, yeah, trust. You said that yourself, Dehya. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
If your trust hasn't been misplaced, then he probably has many conflicting feelings as well.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Usual place? Ah, right.
Ooh, well then. The usual place? Wait for Dunyarzad at the usual place. I got 60. I'll save that 60 right now. I don't have any. No, I don't. I got 31 Primo Gems. I ran dry on Primo Gems a couple streams ago.
Thank you for coming, sir.
Oh, the usual place. This.
Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to him is his travel companion, Paimon.
Ah, yes. My daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person. But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
He just runs.
So that's what you found. Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
Wait, me?
Yes, I understand perfectly why you came to see me, and I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price, and sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss.
Man, that was kind of the whole theme of the entire Archon quest.
Your father, Kusela, and I both believed that. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you, the facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind. If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him. I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits.
She was born with Elazar, right?
They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dehya al-Ahmar.
Yeah, she was.
Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dehya al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father. To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door.
Look at that dope-ass cane.
The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry, but thank you for the follow. XNQ value. Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
So he was the one who recommended Dehya to you.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter. And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend however much it took. Kusela saved my daughter and me all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always send me funds anyway.
Ah.
Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago. The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dakan al-Ahmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things. But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Dehya at risk.
But by that same token, he should have also stopped asking you for materials.
That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry.
That makes sense.
I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about myself.
If you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Yikes.
Oh no. Dehya, please don't feel that way.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions.
Is there another way of looking at all this?
Another way? I don't know. I knew him, and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't understand what's going through his head. But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dakan al-Ahmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
All right.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Corps of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose.
We now turn to the orator.
It's time to face my mistakes.
According to the judgment of the Corps of 30? At night. Cuts to Nahida's voice line in it's overhydrated. What? I thought you were making a Nervalette joke, Tim. Hydrate responsibly. Oh, there he is. Oh, I should have read his mind.
Huh? Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps? Pretty bold, if you ask me.
Shh. Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private.
Wow, he rolled over instantaneously.
This place should do. All right. Back to my question. How did you all know about me?
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
Kawhi and Cash, I read both of your comments at the same time in my head, and I thought you said bro folded like a fish. Anyway.
So what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick Mora.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dehya Al-Akmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operations. If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of Mora from my last run. You just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
That's not how it's gonna work, buddy.
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
All right, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later. They're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the last time I made my delivery to the desert. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Damn right.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
All right, I get it. Why don't you go take a look, and if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for y'all.
You could come with us.
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Isia?
Just my luck. How did I get caught by her of all people?
Nahida's so small. Where are we going now? Oh, we're going clear all the way over here. We're going next to Optimus Prime over here. Dehya can drag me. I mean...
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves. I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Oh my gosh, another trial. Wait, hang on. What did they give her? Oh, they gave her Vorokasha's glow. That makes sense. Although I still think that... I kind of still think that Emblem makes more sense for her if you're using her as an on-field DPS. Although even the trial Dehya, are they implying that you're going to use her off-field? Oh, because she has cons. So that's her C1 we talked about. What's her C2? Molten Inferno, Raging Flame. Duration of recreated Fire Sanctum field will be increased by 6 seconds. Additionally, when Fire Sanctum exits the field, damage dealt by the next coordinated attack will be increased by 50 when active characters within the Fire Sanctum field are attacked. And that increases burst. Oh, she gets a burst increase before she gets a skill increase. Huh. I kind of like her skill more than her burst, honestly.
Dehya, why are you here?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, why are you here?
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Everyone come here.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Oh my gosh, get off that tent, you crazy. Oh, he's dead. See how much she can do by herself. 1777, critting for 20, critting for 36 in a physical attack.
You asked for it.
17, 17, 17. That's better than my Dehya. I feel like 17 is...
She's so strong.
She's so strong. Canon Dehya is so much stronger than...
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far.
17 per hit actually isn't that bad if she's hitting for 17 every single time. Because you stack up 17 for the full duration of her burst. That's no small damage that's no small damage. It's kind of like Xiangling's her rapid fire strike with her normal attacks. It only does like 300 damage, but she hits like 3 times in rapid succession, so it's actually 900 damage. But it's still lower than you would expect out of a 5-star.
Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore.
I don't know. Maybe I've just been spoiled by Arleg.
Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Dehya, the boss can't come out and see you anymore.
'Cause he's dead.
He died a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
Look at these huge dudes.
When did he die? What happened to him?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
So that's why they all turned on each other. What a way to be told that news that, oh yeah, by the way, your pop's dead.
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record. Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's Relics was forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the record served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
So you mean Kusela thought there was no escaping the records?
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dehya and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's Relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters.
He also banned us from committing any nefarious acts. So the second he was gone, we started...
But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of Khan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end.
But Deshret's relics haven't been the only victims of your revenge.
There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives. All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
Responding to violence with more violence will only cause more pain.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Dehya? You wanna go with them?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
I'm on your side. I also made a promise to Dunyarzad, and she would literally kill me if she found out that I abandoned you, because she's the 10th Harbinger.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
Well, damn. That wasn't where I thought this was going.
I guess it all comes down to this. Oh, my son.
Deshret's relics are about to become history.
Look at this guy. He's dead. The squirrel says as he laughs. Oh wow, long way over there. Oh, I don't need to bring my own Dehya. Right, right. And the trial Dehya is quite a bit stronger than my Dehya. Beto? That doesn't make a lot of sense for this team, actually.
Next time, be sure to make a proper appointment.
My first Pyro DPS. How much ER you got, by the way? That's not a lot. Because you really would like to have some... whatever. You would really like some... you would really like some... shield.
Incinerate! Motion to compel.
Adventure time.
This way, Turtle. Boom!
Take my leave.
He does not give a damn. He must have hated those two guys. He's like, finally, I can take this. Finally, the power's mine is where I was going with that. I should just change team, shouldn't I? So I don't have a team that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Got a job for me?
It was these three, right? Or it was these four. No, who else was in here? Official.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
The threads of your hands lie in my fates. Come on, Beto, let's go see Desert Beto. Oh, it's clear over there. This is down in the valley, though. Down in the Eye of Sherns. Maybe this one would be a better one to navigate to. Air might still have money more than their own partners. Land Beto. Okay, Beto. Her land legs are acting up again. Ah! There we go. It's over there. Did these have lore, by the way? These little portals that we hop into? This is a game where, like, everything has lore. Oh. Oh, I haven't played Beto for a really long time. Do you have the normal stuff? Yeah, you do. Okay. Probably. Carpet does have lore in the teapot. That's true. I still haven't done anything in this valley, by the way.
The entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Should be. I don't think they have enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
There's this whole thing right here. And then there's also, there's the hole as well. That I haven't done anything in the hole either. Charlotte for pictures. Chocolate. Thank you. I'll replace Nahida with Charlotte. Charlotte will just be there for pictures.
Let's get this interview started.
And we'll have a trial Dehya. 4,000. That gave you 6,000 HP. That means literally nothing. Is there an upgraded flower that no one's using right now? Nope. All right. You'll be fine, Charlotte. Those are all part of the same world quest? Huh.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
Oh, the shading looks really nice. Like the really warm shading.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
I've fought through many situations like this before.
Yeah, we'll know what they're really capable of once we've landed some hits on them. Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance with you here. I'll take the lead. I've been here once before.
Wait, slow down. I'm looking for chests.
Eyes on me!
Where do you think you're? I'm getting this all on camera.
Oh, she almost died. Oh, she's still focusing on this idiot. These guys are like, is that the Hydro Archon?
To ashes! Buckle up! You're dead meat!
12, 12, 12, 12, 5. So 17 was a crit from her earlier. Don't use that as a smack, Connery.
Let's get it on!
This way, follow me. We're almost there.
Her. Nah.
Wait, they went charging ahead without checking for any traps.
Hey, you guys okay?
I thought they were just gonna blow up. They They step on a landmine and every single one of them just gets blown sky high.
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way through.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could still be another way through. Let's go! We can't let the boss down!
Let's check if there's another way. The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better.
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go.
Any chests in here, milady? Oh, not that.
Say cheese.
Ooh. Oh, I like. She's got 3,000 HP right now. Change color? Oh. Huh. Hello there. Shark bomb! I know that's not what she says, but it always sounds like that's what she's saying. Here's the thing about Dehya, she does enough damage. If she's built, she does enough damage to be fun. She just doesn't do enough damage to be helpful in like Abyss or bosses or stuff like that. But my Dehya hits as hard as my Beto does. And Beto still is fun enough to play. You just have to tell yourself that like this is a 5-star that hits like a 4-star.
But this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little.
I read Paimon's line as we just need to destroy it a little. Whoa, hello. Oh, that I can't raise. Ooh, excuse me. Adjust, destroy, same thing. Oh, they're right here.
Eyes on me! Look alive! Lots off!
Bitty mink. Ow, ow, ow! Hey, easy! I don't know why I used that as a smack again. Who's still alive? Oh, there he is. What am I doing? Raise. And that lit up that one. Oh, change this one's color. And change this one's color. Oh, I need to change the color back.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side.
Were you now?
But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run? Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin. Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing. The greatest should never live to remember their fall.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
I can oblige.
Let us draw our weapons. We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers. They are but two, while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory.
2.5, thank you. 2.5. 2.25.
Charge! Eliminate them!
Oh, that was way too early. I had all of that, had all that time to prepare that and did nothing with it.
You asked for it.
The main thing I do not like about Dehya's kit is her uncancelable burst. Just either let me control it or have that just be one big strike. Like if her punch, instead of having multiple punches that you can't control, if she had one big punch like Risley, that'd be a lot better. You can jump to cancel, yeah, but then you cancel the entire burst. Oh, her. There we go. At least you can still dodge with it, but. Oh, they're dead.
The commander has finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us! This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat!
Yes, keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down! This is our last stand!
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Jogging in.
Get out of my way!
Just jogging casually in.
Come and face me, Michel! So they've broken through the front as well.
Apologies, Lord Michel. They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more.
That's what we basically just said a couple seconds ago.
So, it would seem like this is the end.
They killed him.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I will give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Oh, whose quest was it where the dude went down with the ship? He got buried in the ruin. Who was that? Was that Sino's? That was Sino's first one, wasn't it?
Hey, wait!
Where you going, buddy?
We were too late.
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
Look at this. Look at this.
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Hey, a chest. What was that whimper that the dude just did? There's some goofy stuff in some of these quests.
Let's go.
Also, this entire thing with no music. It happens every now and then. It doesn't happen super often, but there's every now and then there'll be an entire cutscene playing out with, or an entire event playing out with zero music whatsoever, and just makes the entire thing super awkward. Is there anything down here? Hold on, I'll be right there. Doesn't look like it. Ow, ow, ow! Activate elevator? What does this do? Punches the button. What the?
Who are you filthy rats?
Why are
you always pestering us?
Why'd I do that? Okay, continuing.
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics, and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after?
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela?
Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me.
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want. It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down?
Look, these guys still cowering over here.
Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk.
Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about.
He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room.
I took a drink when he said that line. We're good. He was just getting that dookie out. He was just getting that duke out. Haven't you listened to the teachings of Lesser Lord Kusanali?
He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno.
Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
Oh, I don't have my. I don't have my my Nahida anymore. Could have read their minds.
I've already told you everything I know. Can't you just leave me alone?
No. Never.
My beta was almost dying, which I never like.
The Shelby did with me.
That's never something that is fun. That's fine. Is that the room? Yeah, that was the arena we were just in. Oh, and this is this guy up here. This is where they came in. I kind of thought that because his body was here, I kind of thought that'd be like an incentive to like, hey, there's something over here. Put a chest behind one of these pillars. All right.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Dehya.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Oh shit, it's his
Is
cane.
this a cane? It must be the one that Dehya's father used.
The char marks on that are actually pretty damn good. That's actually pretty, especially when you compare it to the some of the low quality textures around it.
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh? Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates.
Small
Her bravery
Dehya.
has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dehya, come on. This is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
Small.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
What about that noise? The whole story was shared with the Corps of 30, which finally joined the investigation in the name of restoring order. The members of Deshret's relics were brought to justice, and the members of Dekana Ahmar turned themselves into the authorities. The cane that once belonged to Kusela was given to Dehya as part of her inheritance.
What's this?
That last piece of dialogue say. All on, we got you some drinks, some snacks and drinks, all on Paimon Stab.
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money.
Ow, really?
And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna get you a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy. These opportunities don't come by often.
In other words, Paimon, you could say, this opportunity is hard to come by. She really spends her allowance on other people.
Hey, come on! Paimon's not that stingy. Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy. Junior Azad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say. My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before.
I feel like that's empty is an understandable way to describe it.
It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
Everything just happened so fast, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different? Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites, all of us.
You should never question your true feelings, though.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict.
According to the judgment of the oratory...
Huh? Dehya, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
It's quite a story as well.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better. I just...
Once Paimon finishes telling the story, Junior begins to cry. It takes some time for her to compose herself.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
Dehya, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness. But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
It's always more fun when everyone's together.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
Go to the Grand Bazaar to clear your head. and replace Charlotte with someone who's not gonna die instantaneously. Oh, wait, who's normally here? Wait, this is actually my Beto team. Who's normally here?
Time to broaden the horizons again.
Nahida. I have a lot of thoughts about Dia's kit, but they all boil down to, and that it's opinions that have all been echoed thousands of times before, but it all just boils down to her kit sucks, and I don't care. She has one of the worst kits for a 5-star. Her kit is even worse than a lot of 4 stars. Don't care. Still gonna play her. Still gonna build her.
Quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? You can still talk?
She is standard, but explain Jean and D-Luke. Like, Jean less so. D-Luke, though, can still hit pretty hard.
Wait, are you here to take revenge on us?
Yeah, that's why he's here, Paimon.
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all in a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this.
That's actually pretty damn good voice work to be able to make it sound like he's got half his tongue missing.
Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence.
No, he's got half his tongue missing, but he's got a tongue wound.
But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions. Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
And then he gets arrested for tampering with evidence.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
So this box contains everything that Dia's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh, it kinda stinks.
Remember Beto's hangout where we found a treasure chest full of rotting cabbage? That reminded me of...
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Ah, and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet.
Razor bursts out of the box. Not even razor. A razor. A razor clone bursts out of the box. Just curled up in the box. Tall lion girl, why wake me? Some buttons.
A wool scarf, which from the looks of it, probably belonged to a woman. And a hair clip? Why are these things here?
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
Are they your mom's?
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
What an interesting man.
Huh? There's something in the bottle!
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter. To Dehya. It's a letter from me?
You don't need to read it out loud.
It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left.
Oh, so he wasn't faking it at the last stage?
If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably the guy's fault.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking.
Yes,
right?
Junior Zod, that's the time for a joke.
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you. You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father. At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle. Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
That's the end of the letter.
Damn.
In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child.
Isn't that also a good thing?
I suppose, or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah. It's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Man, her dad, Shenyan, Arlecchino, everyone's adopting the kids around here.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I also don't want to see his efforts go to waste. I don't want to stop you from going forward.
I'll help too.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you so much. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
Yay! Look, I'm also a child. Oh my gosh, Nahida's small. Is that ever elaborated on? Is there ever any canonical Oh, this must have unlocked that. Chill, Dehya. Can you not make noises every 4 seconds? Is it ever, like, is there ever any progress made towards her finding anything out? Whoa, frames. Okay, let's wander. None so far. That's what I was. That's what I was thinking. Let me grab my Dehya team, and I have reputation quests to do in Sumeru. I have some resources I want to farm, so let's go for a little bit longer. And one of the main resources I need to farm or want to farm is, let's see, have these guys respawned yet? They have.
They have indeed. Indeed, it is as you have guessed.
Where am I going? Over here. Dehya's really fun. You just have to use her with a really good support, really good team comp. If you want to use her on field, and even using her off field, there's a lot better options for her. But if you want to use her on field, you can definitely do that, and that's what I do. Where was I? How did we even get here? Where's the other one? There's another one. Yeah, up here. No, don't sit. Down here.
Into the wind.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Let's get it on. Wind strike.
It's the case with a lot of characters that I enjoy playing, that I'll just use really good supports to justify using them on field. Beto is one of those characters. Beto doesn't make a whole lot of sense to use as an on-field DPS because her kit mostly centers around being a support for using her burst to have off-field electro application. What's her nuts is another one. Who am I thinking of? There's another character that I use the same way, where I use that I use them in a very similar way. But I also am fortunate enough to have Arlecchino, so I don't have to stress out about the fact that Dehya's kit sucks. Because if I want Pyro DPS, I've got other options for that. And honestly, if you need a Pyro DPS, Yanfei is a 4-star. There's a much higher chance of grabbing a Yanfei than there is of grabbing a Dehya. Maybe I shouldn't say that, because you can lose your 50-50 pretty easily, can't you? Just after having had a Dehya for a while and having used her and build her a little bit, the complaints are not unfounded, and they're definitely accurate that she's probably one of the most disappointing characters in the entire game, but it's not going to change me from using her as an on-fielder. Who's the character that you guys were the most, like, the opposite of Dehya, that you were the most impressed by? Where, like, you thought, like, oh man, I didn't want that character, like either losing a 50-52 or a 4-star or something, where you were like, man, I don't think I like playing this character, or man, this character's kit seems kind of weird, but then you ended up playing and building them, and you ended up really liking them. Because I think that was Fischl for me. I can't even tell you why I was so averse to using her for the longest time. Nuvi, really? And Arle, I had a lot of reservations about Bennett early on as well, because I didn't understand how he worked. Because I got him really early on. Also, Lynette. One of the biggest things about Lynette was I never recommend using her skill as the charge or as the hold, because it misses a lot. If you hold it and because it's like Yelan's ability. If Yelan's ability sucked, it misses all the time, and so I just use it as the tap skill when I'm right next to someone. Kazuha was building pity and got him by accident. Yoimiya for sure threw wishes at her banner because I liked her character. Wasn't sure about her playstyle, then loved it. She is also she's like Child, where she's kind of an unconventional bow character, where she's a bow character who thrives off of her normal attacks, or can if you use her that way. Okay, what else did I need? Because that's all the ones here. That's all of those materials that are not in the sea. Yeah, that's the next one. We haven't gone down there yet. Kind of because of a skill that sold you on him. Ignore the fact that I just lost like 70% of my health on that fall. What else do I need? I'm trying to finish up some builds before I start building a ton of other people. Like, for example, before I start building Lanyan, but her Ascension stuff is in Natlan. Cheverus is another one. I'm going to build a DPS Kale. Kale is another one. Very similar to Beta, where Kale is not really designed to be used on field. Her skill, obviously, but even that, you throw her skill out, and you can swap immediately to someone else, and the boomerang will stay on field. I am going to, and am in the middle of slowly just kind of handing her some artifacts every now and then, to make her an on-field DPS. Oh, Bird Mom and Ocelot, huh? Nilu. Very niche gameplay by her with Nahida.
My people are used to the desert life.
This isn't the desert, Dehya. Let me go back up here. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then I'll be right back, and we'll keep going for just a little bit longer. Yeah, anyone can be a DPS if you really put a lot of investment into them, including Amber, like even Kokomi, Amber, Dehya, anyone can be a DPS. It's just, I think a lot of people, not gonna blame it on players though, because Dehya's kit just sucks. It tries to do too many things at once. If they was stuck with her just being pure damage, or was stuck with her just being pure interruption resistance, but even interruption resistance is just a shield that's not a shield. I know, that's what I'm saying. I do think that the hate towards Dehya isn't super earned. Not that it's not super earned, but I think it's a little bit overblown a little bit. Because again, pair her with the right off fields, and she can be a lot of fun. Just don't expect her to be Arle. Don't expect her to be Shogun. Don't even expect her to be a max. Like she hits about the same as my max level Beto, who's a 4-star, and also not Beto's kit is also not around. Beto's kit is also not based around being an on-fielder, although I always use Beto as an on-fielder. I just really like the risk reward of Tidecaller. Her parry is a lot of fun to play. And so that's what I advise people about if they're looking into, I just lost my 50-50 to Dehya. What do I do with this character? This is a character for fun. And then have another character you put more investment into for meta. It's not even waifu over meta. It's just fun over meta. And sometimes you can combine the two. For example, Arle is both. Arle is meta and waifu. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. I want to go to my usual DPS tester. My best bud, the samurai down here. It's just disappointing that her kit sucks so much as a 5-star, because like Mika's kit kind of blows, but he's a 4-star. I also don't really know why I feel like the scaling feels, I don't want to say incorrect, but she's got at level 7 with a Claymore wielder who's got 1600 damage. I feel like she always hits for way less with all of her attacks. Not like she hits for less than 1600, but like she hits for way less than I feel like she should with her normal attacks, with her burst. I feel like her scaling is weird too. Because 1600 damage, A only has 1800, but because she can take it, but because of I don't know. I've got characters who can solo. Arlek can solo because she as long as you can keep her burst. As long as you can keep her burst up, she can self-sustain, and she does enough damage by herself that she doesn't need anyone else's reactions necessarily to, she doesn't necessarily need anyone else's reactions in order to do the big damage. So she's a soloable one. Raiden can be a soloable, but her burst is kind of dependent to get the maximum damage out of her kit. It's dependent on her being used in team comps, where everyone else's burst feeds her burst. I feel the same way about Dehya. Not comparing Dehya to Raiden, because they're in two totally different damage camps, but that Dehya can only be used with other people.
The desert's a tough adversary.
Let me try my...
Buckle up! Oz, reveal! Ha!
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds come.
You're dead meat!
See what I mean? She's plenty powerful enough to have fun. And if I need damage, I've got other characters for that. Oh, ow!
Into the wind.
Maybe don't just stand there and watch him hit you, Connery.
By royal decree.
As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
C3 Dehya. I mean, I only really judge people. I only really judge characters based on their C0. And then, because if the character is good, the C0 should be good and fun, and then all the constellations should be just added, should make it better and more fun. If you need constellations to make a character good, it's a bad character, hence Dehya. Because like Bennett at C0, I know my Bennett's not C0, but Bennett at C0 is a 6-star. He just does so many things. The craziest thing about Bennett is that this has such a short cooldown, but it can knock down bigger enemies. It's like Jean's skill, and it's on a 6-second cooldown. And if you just tap it, it's on a 4-second cooldown. And he heals and buffs, and his pyro application isn't great, but it is pyro application. People say that Dehya is bad for DPS, but she's good as an off-fielder. I don't even think that she's great as an off-fielder because her skill doesn't have very good pyro application. It's got at least it has a really big radius though. It's just as disappointing that it's a 5-star. Good for survival, that's true. Yeah, good for Dragon Spine, things like that. I wonder what mechanics Snezhnaya will have. It'd be super obnoxious, but really interesting if they decided to do Sheer Cold for an entire region. That'd be super annoying if they decided to do that, but it would be that's a decision of one of the decisions that's ever been made. I need Mora and what else do I need? Oh, let me do my reputation quests actually. Is anyone you guys like that the rest of the community at large just dunks on? Because for me, it's Dehya. Dehya will always be my I'll have the entire community telling me that she sucks, and I'll just say, okay. Anyways. What other characters are there that are disliked? Like any Mika mains you've met? Wait, I want to accept these first. Invulnerability to Dendro. Mavuika? I could definitely see them doing a sheer cold mechanic in the,
Some of the older Eremites.
Oh, child. I could definitely see them doing a sheer cold type mechanic. Oh, that was a new waypoint or a new viewpoint now that it's been healed. Can't meet someone that doesn't exist. Oh, Kaya. Kaya is a really good character because he's a budget character. He's a guaranteed. And I feel like building Kaya is also relatively inexpensive as well. There it is. Kaya only cryo DPS. That makes sense. Because what are the other cryo DPSs to begin with besides Risley?
Gloves off.
One with nature.
Man, Kazuha is so good. Ganyu. Ayaka. Problem is it's hard to get 1.x 4-star cons. Yeah, that's true. I have a C1 Kaya on that I got on standard, and even you guys at the time were saying like that's a very rare pull to get, especially one of the starters. Ayaka. What's the big deal about why people don't like Ayaka? Because I don't remember anything about when I played her in the story quest. She has a sprint. She has a Mona sprint, doesn't she? Many people don't like playing Navia? Really?
Clear weather all around, brightens the heart.
I thought Navia played really fun. Some of characters that I think play fun isn't because of their damage. There's a lot of low damage people that are fun to play. One of my IRL friends, one of his favorite characters in the entire game to play is immune to cryo. One of his favorite characters in the entire game is Kirara, and he's like, she's not hyper meta. In fact, she's not even meta. She really doesn't do a whole lot, but she's one of his favorite characters ever. Geo is Geo is a very specific one, because unless you're running mono Geo with Furina, it's hard to get big damage out of it because there's Geo doesn't have reactions. The good thing about Geo is that it's kind of a like jack of all trades, master of none. It hits okay against everything, but it doesn't excel against anything either.
Let's light it up. Let's get it on. Ha.
As you wish,
You're dead meat.
Oh my gosh, you hit the button, Connery. Don't just stare at him. Navi and Noelle. It's crazy that Noelle is a budget character because and also that she always comes around twice a year in the shop. You can get a C6 Dehya pretty easily, or a C6 Dehya. You can get where's my mind at? You can get a C6 Noelle relatively easy without too much trouble. And last one, invulnerability to Animo. I could swap Kazuha out, but he can still swirl everyone else's damage, everyone else's elements, even though the enemy is even though the enemy, what am I saying, is invulnerable to Animo. He can still swirl the Electro and Pyro.
Look alive! Into the wind. Oz revealed. Let's light it up. You asked for it.
He didn't ask for anything, do you?
Teamwork is trim. Midnight fantastic. The wind knows me.
Why am I inflicted with? Why was I inflicted with Dendro just then?
Into the wind. By royal
The wind knows me.
What was I doing that got me inflicted with Dendro? Oh, Traveler. Someone out there is a Hydro Traveler main. You know someone is. Even if it's one person out of the millions of players. I didn't care for Electro Traveler either. Alright, and we've got some reputation quests to do. Closest one is this dude wants some roses. Alright, let me, before I forget, let me give, okay, she's borrowing A's flower. Yelan's feather, oh, Yelan. And Yelan's sands. So, my Dehya is about 60% built. So here's her stats right now. 32,000 HP is actually higher than I thought she was when she has her normal stuff. Yeah, Yelan has been getting pretty good rolls on stuff. Look at my again, I'd still like to double this damage. I'd love if she had a lot more damage and ER as well. But pretty good. It just all comes back to the emblem Samsara, because to finish out building Yelan and finish out building Raiden, it's just going to come down to getting their damage and their ER up, because everything else is pretty okay. I just also need better rolls on some of Shogun's artifacts as well, like HP plus 10.5% on her circlet. The Raiden Shogun does not need 21,000 damage or 21,000 HP, and Yelan could use a lot more than 35,000. No, we can go down. I would love to pull a Chiori. Although last time she bannered alongside Chilonin, right? What was her debut banner alongside? Because I could see her getting Yoimiya treatment, where not a lot of people pulled for her because she always appeared alongside much better characters. Here you go. Not alongside anyone crazy, but Arla was next patch. Similar to Yoimiya, coming right before Raiden. Eventually, and this is a promise. Same thing with my I might just be a masochist, I don't know. But same thing with my DPS Kale and my DPS Beto. I will have one of the stronger Dias in the community because I'm dedicated to this character. you have to really like a character like Dia to put enough into her to get her to be a competent on-field DPS. Same with Beto, using her as an on-field, and same with my cutthroat Kale that I want to build as well. And I feel like you could make a case for doing a physical DPS, for doing a physical Kale, but I'm going to do an EM DPS Kale, where I'm just going to stack a bunch of ER on her and just try to have that burst up constantly, give her some EM, and just pair her with people that will be able to justify having her as the on-field. Might be going back to Mondstadt next patch. Well, there's the harbor that we haven't been to yet, isn't there? Or their harbor, their dock or something. There's an area that's been discussed in Mondstadt since day one that we still have not seen yet. Who else? Dornmanport. One day, hopefully, yeah. And Varka, yeah. I kind of thought that there was going to be something in a future quest where we like find Varka dead in the wild or something, and Jean becomes the full Grandmaster. Yeah, no leaks and rumors and stuff, but the fact that Dornmanport has been mentioned and not shown up yet, I don't think that's a leak or rumor, because we're not saying that it could be, we could go next patch. Well, I guess that kind of is a leak, isn't it?
Let's light it up.
You know what I mean? Pair her with the right supports and anyone can be a DPS. This whole, like, 50% of this stream has just been Connery desperately trying to justify why he likes Dia so much. What the hell? Oh, probably there was a chest in there that I've already gotten. There it is. Probably one on the ground and one flying. Yep.
Let's get it on.
Oh wait, not you yet.
Odds reveal.
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud.
You're dead meat. Look alive. Let's light it up.
Oh my gosh, Bennett's burst is already back, which is good. He should have a lot of EM or a lot of ER to keep that up all the time. To me, Oz. Physical Kazuha on this account when? Who? Oh.
It's fine. The wind knows me.
And let that be a lesson to you. I just leave. Wasn't charge attack, wasn't charge bow, like bow charge attack stuff, also at one point, kind of the main thing you could do with archers? It just takes so long to charge it up. I've been way too spoiled by just knowing that there are insta charge options out there. Physical, oh really? Physical more so than charge. I've been so spoiled knowing that there are insta-charge options out there, like Yelan's Breakthrough Barb and Tainari's his triple shot after his skill, that whenever I have to use someone else, like whenever I have to pull Amber out, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like 4,000 years for you to charge that up. Why can't you be Yelan or Tainari?
In your dreams, it's just an adventure. I can totally do it.
Okay. I'm here for peaches. Here, maybe I should read these. Which shop sells Zayton peaches? I can't remember. Yes, my wife needs Zayton peaches for cooking meals. 10 peaches will do for a couple days. These will do. I hope she'll feel better after seeing these, at least for the rest of the day. Stringless is a great bow on Fischl. Simply get Child without even have to use his bow. I really enjoy using Child's his melee attacks. They're very fun.
Out of all my commissions, I enjoy making jewelry for newlyweds the most.
The more you know. Okay, that was the last of the reputations. Yeah, that was the last of the reputations. Okay, what other resources do I need right now? I'm trying to finish out. Not finish out, like I'm gonna promise that in the near future they're going to be 100% fully built triple crowned. But I'm trying to get Raiden, Yelan, and Zhongli. Those are the ones that I'm focusing on to get them more up there. Oh, it's a new week. I can refight Signora. Is the catch the best one for? It is, right? Because she needs a lot of ER. It's just hard to get Raiden's critting up because you're dependent on having good rolls on her artifacts. Like this crit rate one that rolled twice on HP and defense. And then added a flat HP as well.
This scenery is.
Should I fight Senora or? It's your burst that I'd probably want to. I also need a crap ton of those. Oh, I can craft 6 though. Philosophies of Light. Let me see how many of those I can craft. I'd say past leaks are probably okay if they're past leaks that have already been proven false, because then it's not leaking or spoiling or like revealing anything about even previous story stuff. Because remember, there's stuff in the past that I haven't completed yet, and past events I haven't reacted to yet either. But stuff that has been proven false could be okay. Alert. You can read this one for this, right? Oh yeah, you're the only one for this. Cool. So now I only need 6 more of those. This is stuff I normally do off stream, and I was really surprised how many people said that they wouldn't mind resource grinding and exploration and that kind of stuff being done on stream. Because I used to do 0 of that on stream in the first couple episodes, and then people said like, no, that'd be fine if you do like if you do non-story stuff on stream. I have 1 Ak to give. Farm artifacts on stream? I can do that. I know that the quest starts on the bottom. I've just been avoiding Maritime Harbor just so I don't accidentally do anything. I could do our farming artifacts on stream. I don't know what artifact set I'm looking for right now other than Emblem, and I don't know how much I want. Well, I guess Emblem is kind of the one that I because both Yelan and Raiden need that. Ooh, I only need 1 more. Ooh, where's there an Ak around here? There's probably some oculi over here that I haven't found. Probably some underwater as well. I won't go Ak hunting right now. What? I think I got the one at Petrichor, didn't I? Because Petrichor's a small-ass island. This is the wandering around stuff that I always do off-stream. But I'd definitely be open to doing more of this on-stream. I don't know why. I still always assume that this is boring stuff that no one wants to see. But this game is this game world is so vast. That even just wandering around and gathering resources and stuff is fun and gratifying. There's New Moisa over here. I actually haven't been reading the birthday emails either. And the only reason is because one of the first birthday mails that I got was Yenfei's, and she said something defective like, wow, I can't believe that you're already headed off to Natlan. And I was like, oh, is there something spoilery in these? Yeah, it saves them. So they're still up here. But Yenfei's was the second one that I ever got. She's like, you learned your legal troubles in Fontaine, and now you're on your way to Natlan. And I was like, that feels like I don't know what you're talking about, homie. However, pre 5.0 stuff, because not that, just instinctively went to the wishing screen. However, Yenfei's, because this was released prior to 5.0, wasn't it? Yeah, 7/28.
Gambling.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry mem.
Let me do a run through the Emblem domain, even if it's just 1. I have 3 condensed to use.
Taking a stroll in the middle of a downpour certainly roused.
you back. Much.
I don't even bring. I don't have a good cryo DPS into to bring into this domain. I just use Arle, and she can make up for the fact that if I'm standing in the square that buffs cryo, Arle does enough damage anyway. That
Busted. Everybody stand back.
I'm already out of Bennett's circle.
I will have order.
I'm going in. Overruled.
I think at one point I've done 41 seconds on this domain. I don't think I've ever broken 41 seconds. Does anyone remember what your record on like domains is? I'm sure there's some people who can clear domains in like 15 seconds, 10 seconds. If you've got like a crazy nuke team or something. Flat HP damage. Oh, that's a feather though. Average around 20, 10 seconds for a few. Let me do this one again, actually. Right? Can't remember what else I need other than emblem. I don't want to put all my eggs in the emblem basket right now, but it's just probably the one that I need the most because everyone uses it. The main thing is that I need a better electro goblet for her because I need something that's gonna bring up damage, and attack would be nice as well. Excuse me. And she needs a better circlet as well. A's circlet is horrible for her, but it's the best circlet I've got for her. 13%, 13.2 for crit damage is the best one she's got, but the other stats are useless to her. Flat HP, 10.5% HP, and then a defense percent. But this is another one where like when I find a good when I find a good circlet for her, I'll take that off, and that'll go to an HP scaler. That'll be a great one for someone else. Beto circlet. I've been neglecting my Beto circlet, and I've been pulling artifacts off of Beto and giving them to, for example, Arle or Shogun or Yelan. The circlet and the sand, or the circlet and the goblet is usually my off piece. Beto circlet is also pretty shit for her. Double flat, double defense, and it rolled. You can see how it rolled as well. It's all the way up at 20, and it rolled. This one might just be dumpstered because the substats are garbage on this for being maxed out. I will probably use this to enhance the next 5-star the next 5-star circlet that I get for someone, because these are almost useless. Yeah, it rolled. It all only rolled on the flats. Xingqiu is sitting at 0 artifacts right now because I was always having to split my focus between him and Mona to where both of them would have subpar kits. Now at least one person can have an on-par kit. So Mona is sitting at 34 by 119. Her rate should be a lot higher, and 232 ER, and then 46% hydro damage bonus. And then I never have them on the same team together, so I'll just switch them. If I need to pull out Xingqiu, I'll just switch the artifact set over to him. And again, I would we talk about this a lot. I would love loadouts, so I don't have to individually go in and do that. But it makes it so that I could just focus on one character on one loadout. You have a rate? Yeah, you do have a rate. Oh, that's why her rate's down, because it's only 14. Emblem would probably be better on Xingqiu. Okay, I can do that. I always had run Noblesse on Xingqiu. And then for main stat, I want crit rate, hydro damage, and ER. Should I do hydro damage or attack for his goblet's main stat? I use recommended on these two actually. Hydro damage, okay. Hydro damage will be higher than attack. Okay, cool. And the sacrificial is legit for him. Okay. Back in. Oops, sorry. Bump the microphone. I need to fight Arle. Again. I don't need to bring Arle up. She's already insane. But I would like to top her off. I don't know. I just feel compelled to. I think Arle is in the same tier as Beto in terms of my actual favorite characters in the game. Because I really like Yelan, I really like Raiden. I just swapped them as I clicked on them. I really like Raiden. I really like Yelan. Really like Zhongli. Really like. But as far as who is above S tier, like who is in S plus tier, it's Beto and Arle, and that's it. Because the other ones are, like Sucrose. I love Sucrose. But she's just, Beto and Arle just have a leg up. Which, oh, we did Dehya's story quest today. Okay. Who do I need? I'm just staring at this. Thinking about. I also need to get Bennett's artifacts better figured out as well. The thing is, I mostly use him as I mostly use him just for his burst. So I just need a lot of HP on him and a lot of base attack. Chiori is in S. When it comes to my favorite characters, it's a combination. It's always a combination, and we'll probably this Squirathon, which. I don't know. I'll probably confirm tonight. But Squirathon, our subathon, will probably be this Friday. Look at my eyebrows. But we will probably do a tier list on like favorite characters or something, and may very well redo my appearance tier list. But for favorite characters, it's a combination for me of their character, their personality, their design, their combat. And when it comes to combat, it's not just, oh, they're super strong, but it also is their attack animations. Because Arle's attacks are S, like her damage is S tier anyway. But the fact that she also looks cool doing it. That brings it up even more. So it's a combination of a lot of things. Like, when it comes to characters that I like and good characters, like characters that I consider are really good characters, it also isn't like, not everyone has to be a Toma for me to like them. I liked Skara even when he was the mass murdering psychopath because it's a good character. It's not someone that you would sit down and have a beer with. But it's a great character. Skara's character has always been S tier. For me, and even like A, with all of her faults and all of the mistakes she's done, still is S tier. Even if someone is like a very complex and has bad qualities about them, like Arle has done some pretty messed up things as well. I like them the same way that I like wholesome people like Toma and Noelle and Nahida. A Hytham, we haven't done a Hytham story quest, have we? What the heck just happened to my... Hello, are we back? One's in chat if everything's okay. Because my OBS just completely froze up. Now it's fine. But... Back, we're good. Okay. Weird. One here. Alright. Weird. Maybe it was just on my end then. It's weird that my OBS freezing up didn't affect the stream then. Most of Scar's character development is in limited events. That's cool. Yeah, and I like someone that has character development as well. But also, like, I'm kind of glad that Sarash didn't suddenly turn into a really wholesome, understanding, and forgiving character. I like that she retained some of that. Like, nope, I'm the best. I like that because it's different. Even when I really didn't care for, and I feel like this is kind of the normal Farina experience. First few acts with Farina, I really didn't care for her. But it still made her a good character. She just wasn't all that likable. I was like, man, why are you always so arrogant all the time? He's just... Didn't receive any freezes. Okay, Interesting. Weird. Anyways. The ferryman, what does the ferryman need to advance? Let's go grab some of these. Yeah, she was just annoying, and sometimes it was in a fun way, and other times I was just like, alright, can you just shut up for a second? I did drown Arla once. When I was traversing over water like that. Ooh, wait, Yelan's still in party. Oh, let me put A in here.
What is the situation?
And why did I replace Benny?
I won't hold you back much. Transfixed. Illusion shattered. Everybody stand back.
75k followed by a 45k. I'm gonna put Mona in here too to get some really crazy damage. Where is she?
This is destiny.
I love these. I'm not able to watch the whole video because he goes through the whole game, but I like Mr. Feet's videos. The trying to do doing a this character only solo character challenges. I really like Mona. She's one of my favorite characters to use in teams. But when I saw on my YouTube homepage that he did a Mona only challenge, I was like, why? That's the worst. She's one of the worst characters you could pick for, because she's so fun in teams, but by herself?
Fate is upon you.
This is actually a solid boss team. Mona to set an omen on them, Bennett for the heals and the to heal everyone else, not her. But Bennett for the damage buff, Zhongli to shield, and then Arle to beat Arle. Those guys over there.
Stabilize.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Oh, I already did that. Haha. I'm also kind of, maybe without even necessarily realizing it, but I'm also kind of preparing my Arle to be my 911 button for when I get to world level 9. Because I don't know if I have world level 9 skill right now, and so I'm gonna need someone's damage to kind of carry that for me, while I get used to attack cycles and dodging and proper rotations and stuff when we hit world level 9. It's over here. Using Klee as a Burgeon DPS. Called the Boom Boom Bucket.
Gather.
Let's light it up.
What was the whole thing about crit Komi? About making Kokomi a crit character? Was that just an FU build? Just like, I'm gonna build this because I want to. Probably just it's a meme because she has default. Yeah, she has default 100%. Which, why? I know that she's like, her entire kit is centered around her being a support. But why negative crit? Why? Like, do I need more of these? Probably. You always need more of everything in this game. This is the last time Kokomi had a banner. And will she have another one in the near future, do you think? Or will she be shelved for newer characters? It's rough to rerun some of the characters, like Eula. I really want to pull on Eula banner. But there's so many other great new characters that they're probably not going to give someone like Eula a lot of attention. Same with Ayaka. I'd love an Ayaka, but she had the perma banner, so they're not going to want to bring her back anytime soon because she overstayed her welcome. Where'd the other one go? What did the other one die of? Oh, it's just a slime, not a... Oh, this isn't even the location of the bros, is it? Before Fontaine. Run Kokomi in Nilo Bloom. Bloom doesn't crit, so it's perfect. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Where are these guys? There they are. Arla has no Bond of Life right now. That still hit for 9,000 in physical damage? It's nice having, I'll take those eggs. It's nice having, we always say waifu over meta, but you need to put some stock into meta because it makes, when you need to grind resources, like when I need to fight a bunch of these bros, it makes it so much less time consuming and so much easier to just be able to tear through stuff. All right, I just need these resources. Frina. Oh my gosh, I still need... Oh, I can craft a crap ton of them, though. Xenochromatic crystal. And I can make a bunch of those as well. Okay, cool. Oh, it is Monday. Yeah, let me make some of those. I can get this, at the very least. I probably won't upgrade it all the way yet. But I can get it up. Waifu over meta, but feed your waifu... That's the best... That's one of the best, most concise ways of putting that I've ever heard, Jobster. Because you could say waifu over meta, but then if you run into the abyss with a level 40 Dehya, good luck. You're gonna get what's coming to you. Okay, maximum thing. What was this one? This one's for hydro related reactions. Oh, this is also Arla's weapon domain.
Who's our target this time?
Just bring out Vape Nation. Often my teams are centered around not any particular reaction, but they're centered around the character. So like the Beto team, the Dehya team, the Arle team, even Law and Order is solely based around running Yanfei and Zhongli in a team, because Yanfei really needs a good shielder, and I think that having them together and calling the team Law and Order is funny. Oh, it's these dudes. The thing Zhongli's Meteor has been good for is buy me a couple seconds to set things up, to like use everyone's skills, use everyone's abilities, and just pause them for a second while I take care of business that way. Because the animation takes so long and it doesn't do a whole lot that it's a DPS loss. Oh wait, he's already pretty much dead. Where'd he go? I didn't need to bubble him. Okay, I only need 2 more of those gold ones. How quickly was the last one? 3.8. Damn. Okay, I got 6 of those. That might be all I need, actually. I only need to craft 2 for the pipe. I should do more grinding and stuff on stream. This is fun. It's fun for me anyway. I hope you guys are having fun. I always try to make sure that I'm taking your guys' enjoyment and entertainment into oh, I can make 3. Although whoever's crafting them, will they be able to get me enough bonus resources that I can make a 4th one? Probably not. Probably a bit of a refunding. 10% to double or 25% to refund. Let me do the refund. Let me do the 25%. Okay, it's these. Wait, I only need 2 of these, right? Oh no, I need 4. 2. What was I talking about? 2? What did I think 2? And then Newborn Tainted Hydrophantasm I need 3 of. What are those made from? What are those made from? Is it made from this?
Staring in.
Oh, Eula was on Chronicled. And also was last banner was also 3.8, huh? Ouch. Not you. You. What are these made from? Newborn Tainted Hydrophantasm.
My eyes is ill-advised.
Ah. I only need 3 of them? I always forget that you can do that. You can sort by character.
I can't promise you'll...
I kind of agree. Hoyo should run 3 banners at the same time now that we're nearing 100 playable characters, because there's too many characters and not enough time to sort through all of them. And especially for like people like me, for like newer players, it'd be nice to have access to some of those older characters, because the newer characters are great, but what if I wanted to pull a Eula or something like that? A Miko. And then xenochromatic crystal. And I need 7. I can do math.
What you see.
Oh, wait. I can't do math. I need 7 of them. Two, and then I can make 1 more. Okay, then just 1 more run through this. Probably. I only need 1 more. And how many of the lower tier thing do I have? Oh my gosh, Connery. Oh, I don't have any. Okay. Yeah, I'll use condensed on that then. Kind of retiring characters to a chronicle that will return. Yeah. Yeah, this one. I got 1 more condensed to use on it.
I will have order.
Shadows of things are about to get dicey. Busted.
I didn't even grab the other people. I didn't even hit them.
Written in the stars. Gotcha. Transfix. Here comes the catch.
Fun. Even grinding these domains has not gotten old for me. I know it's probably, that might be just because I've been playing for under a year, but bro, the combat in this game is so good. Okay, I got 4, 5, and 1. That was my last condensed. Aloy will never return, that's true. I can craft 1. And then where am I going? We are at 3.5 hours though. Let's go back and craft those, and then I think maybe one of my weekly bosses that I need, and then we'll probably call that a call that good. Did Aloy Banner when Horizon 3 comes out cope? Did anyone play Forbidden West? I got midway through Forbidden West and I don't know why. It didn't grab me the way Zero Dawn did. Started it. Alright, 22,000. Fine, yeah. Alright, probably not gonna ascend it yet, but it is final phased, and I'm still missing a lot of fish for R4, but alright, Senora to end? Question mark? Yeah, Arla's already crazy. Senora to end. I actually haven't fought Senora recently, so I might have already forgotten how to do this boss, but... I've not fought a Pep for Risley yet, but Risley is also kind of on... He's not on the list of characters that I'm building right now. I could bring Arle for... No, the butterflies fly around. Might just bring my Archon team. Maybe I take... man, who do I normally use for this? Yelan, and then use Farina to heal me. Who do I normally use for this fight? Because I know who my child team is. I know who my... That sounds horrible. I know who my child team is. I know who my... Rock Dragon. I know who my Ajdaha team is. Whatever. They're all strong enough. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice? There is no...
Stabilize.
Trust it. Shower me with torn to oblivion.
I usually just brute force this.
Time to shine. The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors. From shine down.
Solidify.
Where's the moth, ma'am? Where the hell's the moth? There it is.
Illusion shattered. There is no... The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors.
Oh, apparently the singer is still out. Oh yeah, she is. There she is.
The show begins. Tiggity chop.
There we go. That's what I needed.
Order guide you.
Yeah. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down.
Solidify.
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey. There is no escape. Embrace your searing reckoning.
I'm good.
Gotcha. Illusion shattered.
I still don't have the skill to understand. Not even the skill. I still don't understand her attacks and stuff well enough to be able to like one cycle her or anything, or to beat her super quickly. I just Oonga Boonga these. I just Oonga Boonga her. And the weather mechanic, I just handle the weather mechanic with a healer. So I don't even pay attention to the weather. I just have a constant heal. Right now it's Farina. Also, can you attack her when she's swirling around in the tornado?
There is no escape. Embrace your searing reckoning.
Yelan just needs a little more energy for her burst.
Call me
This
a witch.
is order.
The show begins.
Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
I love her boss theme though.
Wound will heal. Illusion shattered. But my name, I never asked for redemption.
Let's call that Farina's kill. You can't? Okay. I didn't get the one I needed, but did I get any? Oh, I didn't. Any of those little crystals. I usually try to have Zhongli's meteor be the last hit on a boss. Another Archon Slay Senora. Isn't it that we're fighting what's his nuts' memories of the battle? We're fighting the Traveler's memory of the battle. Could fight Child again. Yeah, I didn't get another. I was just making sure that it's the flower that I need. I always forget those kinds of things. Child or the actually the whale might be a good one to fight, or a ley line. Let's do a ley line. I'm under 500,000 Mora right now. A ley line, that's what I'm looking for. And then that will do it for today.
Every journey has its.
What are we thinking for tomorrow, y'all? And who should I use for this? Dehya? Yeah, we started with Dehya. Let's end with Dehya. Or Beto. Ooh, buttons. Yeah, let's do buttons. Oh, Hytham. Oh, Golden Slumber is definitely on my list because that's Jet, isn't it? Aren't there other bros around here as well? Aren't there normally other bros around here? Which other bros? Just the one that's sleeping there? I thought there's normally 3 Doritos that patrol around this area.
I see everything. Make yourselves at home. This way.
Holy crap, did you just see that she went down to Shinobu's at like no health right now? Oh, they're dead. I feel like Shinobu's is the usage that I understand the most. Oh wait, I didn't have a condensed. Whatever. Whoops. I feel like I understand how to use Shinobu the best. Where I'll just quick swap to her, throw out her burst for the iframe and also for a little more electro on the field, then immediately just pull out her skill and switch off as fast as possible. What the frick? It's the middle of the ocean? Forgot I didn't have any whatchamacallit? Condensed. So that means I can still do one more. Yep.
Sharing my knowledge. Everyone hold hands.
To ashes. Our bond is strong.
Wow, that was it? What a bunch of wusses. All right, let's end in... what else was down there? Oh, it's an Oc. That is... Where is this Oculus? Or not where's the Oculus, but how do you get to it? Because I think I know where it is. It's underneath a grate on the back side of the shrine. Does that need a quest in order to get to it? Because I flew all around this damn island looking for... Oh, hey, a chest I missed. You fucker. Man, got pranked. Got him. Well played. Touche. Oh, a fox. I want a fox lady. I want Miko to come back. I want Inazuma Chronicle now. And then I'll lose to... Who's who is an Inazuma 5-star that I wouldn't want to lose to? On an Inazuma Chronicle? Not really anyone. Ayato, Ito, Kokomi, Yoimiya, Ayaka. I would want all of them. And then Raiden Khans. That would be the best. That would be the best Chronicle for me to pull on, honestly. Because the only oh, and Kazuha. No, Kazuha is technically a Liyue character because he's part of the Crux fleet. His affiliation is with the Crux fleet. But yeah, there's not a single, because I already have Shogun, and having a C1 Shogun, I would not be bricked. I did not read that. Moving on. Moving on. We're at almost 4 hours. I'm getting silly and unhinged. I had to control myself for that entire Dehya quest. Shiori would definitely be on Fontaine, right? Because that's where she is. That's where she lives. Because otherwise, Kazuha would be in an Inazuma Chronicle. However, we just had Liyue Chronicle. That's how I got my Shenhe. And they didn't put him in there. But they don't put every 5-star of that nation on Chronicle, do they? I don't know. There'll be an extra fee for that. All right, I think that is gonna do it. Just making sure I claim those. And no standards. Ha. That will do it for me. Oh, and Kazuha Chronicle. He does return often. Because how long had it been since he had a rerun before I got him when he ran alongside on 5.0 when he ran alongside Mualani? But anyways, I think tomorrow let's do Button's story quest. And I also want to do Golden Slumber soon as well. And for those of you who are here, you heard it first. Squareathon is on Friday. So that will do it for me. Thanks everyone so much. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you tomorrow. Let's get some nuts and crabs. New crab emote to round this one out. And I'll see all of you next time. Keep up on the Discord. It's where I keep you guys up to date on stuff. And lots of buttons tomorrow. Thanks again. Appreciate you all. Night.